by Mississippi State head baseball coach Chris Lemonis. Bulldogs get 2 out of 3 this weekend, lose on Friday, but bounce back and get the Saturday and Sunday games. It was cold all weekend. And, Coach, congratulations. Get the series win. Didn't play great on Friday, but bounce back. What did you make of the weekend?
Hey, I'm having a hard time hearing you again, like last week. It's a little faded, like I'm down a tunnel.
There we go. I apologize for that. Is that a little better?
You're good. I'm great. Yeah, it was an all right weekend. I saw some good things. We're still trying to figure out our team. Like you said, it's cold weather. It's not ideal baseball conditions. And then, we don't play well on Friday. And we played good on Saturday and okay on Sunday. I just, we're trying to figure out our team right now. We haven't kind of set on anything. And, I need to see some guys play and play well. So.
Coach, when we look at Friday's game, that might be the first time in his career at Mississippi State where you looked at Landon Sims and said he just wasn't as dominant as you would expect. What was your message to him after the game, and how do you feel like he responded to it?
Well, when you got a guy like Landon, it's not my message to him. I listened to him, what he said. He just, he was in the wrong part of the zone, which he's usually not, and they got him. They got on some balls, and we don't make some plays. We had plays that we could have made and things that we could have done to minimize and keep the game at a point where we'd still score enough runs, but we didn't play well defensively that night either. So it was a combination of everything, and then we had some bullpen pieces that didn't pitch well either. So we got to get better in those roles, and the guys we got are very talented. We just haven't pitched well in some of those roles.
Your starting pitching the rest of the weekend was really good. Preston Johnson in his first start had a little rough patch there early in the game. Scott Foxhall comes out, has a word. I don't know what Foxhall told him, but you need to bottle that up because Johnson was really, really good after that. What was your evaluation of his first career start?
Yeah, he was really good. He held his stuff. I mean, we take him out because of pitch count, but he still had his stuff. I mean, his stuff was really good. I thought Cade Smith was really good on Sunday, and Landon's one of the better starters in the country. So we got to be able to win on Fridays. That's what's kind of held us back right now. And we like our pitching, our starting rotation. Still, like I've said, we're still figuring out bullpen and where we go with our bullpen. But then our starters were really good.
Chris, how do you figure out what to say to guys when you go out and see them on the mound? And I know Fox makes a lot of those decisions and has a lot of those conversations. But just kind of like in general, when you're going to talk to a guy, how much of it's mechanics? How much of it is, candelabras would make a nice wedding gift?
I think mainly with Fox, he's going down there to give somebody a quick rest and to calm them down a little bit. Get the heart rate down a little bit. Me, I usually don't say a lot to the pitcher who's in the game because I'm taking him out. They're usually pissed at me, so I just take the ball and they leave. Every once in a while I've jumped. I got on a guy this weekend because I just, he's really good and he's not competing. And so I one of my rare times I ever say anything. I'm usually talking to the pitcher coming in. Hey, you got first and third. You got one out. You got this hitter here. They may try to do this. That's usually my conversation. Fox is the one. And you may try to give them a mechanical piece, something, hey, you're flying open right here. You're to get them back in and just get them thinking and get them back in the moment. Because what happens sometimes with a pitcher out there and when an inning gets going, they speed up and you're just trying to slow them back down.
Your Sunday starter, Cade Smith, that's back-to-back really good starts for him. And I know you always have high expectations of guys, but has he been a little better than even you thought through 2 starts?
He's really good. I mean, so it's about what we thought. I mean, it's a 3-pitch guy. It's low to mid-90s. He's a competitor, and he's just pitching well right now. And so, Preston, the same thing. We really like our starting pitching. We think that's probably the strength of our ball club, and we're a good defensive team. So I feel like in those, in that area, what those guys are doing, it's not shocking to us at all. I mean, he's very good.
We just had a segment we call Winners and Losers. My winner this week was Brad Cumbus, leading hitter on the team, had a couple of rocket shots. The conversation around him was always, hey, if he would ever commit to baseball, you got a potential superstar there. What was his offseason like being away from football, and are you surprised at the results?
No, well, his football, the reason he didn't play football is he had shoulder surgery, so he missed most of the fall. So his piece was he got back to us a little bit late fall, played a couple weeks, and then did some stuff there. So it got him ahead more than normal, right? But for me, it's always been nice that he's been away from us in the fall because he drives me nuts. So he's dang. He don't never shut up, and he has never had a bad day in his life. So I give him a hard time. I tell him all the time, I like it when you're at football. So, but he's just putting it together. He spent a lot of time in with Goat over the years, and a lot of it's just the mental side of the game and just playing the game more, I think, has been huge. The one – I tell people this all the time, the one thing he's done since he's walked in the program, he's a really good defender. And, for a big kid, you're not always sure you're going to get that, but he can really defend. He runs the bases well. It's just always been about, getting on the right pitches and having to swing right.
You did one of my favorite. Go ahead, Rich.
No, I was just going to say, even if you want him to go back to football, are you going to be able to run him off, or is he going to be all baseball all the time from here on out?
Yeah, he's all baseball. He's going I would like to think he's a pretty good draft pick this year. He could have signed last year, but he got his degree here at Christmas, got it early, and he's ready to play at the next level, and that's what we're hoping for him. So he's a full-time baseball guy from now on. So
I got to see one of my favorite things in baseball yesterday. You gave Luke Hancock the 3-0 green light. Love it. Hits a home run. That guy's plate discipline is just something else. How much confidence in him did you have to give him the green light there?
Well, you give the green light, like a lot of nights, just what's happening. I was kind of hesitant because it was so dang cold, just balls weren't getting out. But like you said, it's pitch discipline. He's going to get a good pitch, and he had a couple good swings already. So I'm glad I did, because our emphasis lately has just been about, hitting the fastball and being ready to hit the fastball. So he did exactly that.
Big week, to say the least, for you, especially really a big 10 days for your club. 2 midweek games this week. You've got Grambling tomorrow, and then the one down here in Pearl against Southern Mississippi. What's the pitching plan for you this week?
We're going to go Jack Walker tomorrow. Jack was one of our freshmen. I ran him out there in that Long Beach State Series. He didn't pitch well, but he had pitched well all year. He's the National Pitcher of the Year last year in high school baseball. Guy won a state championship, came from a great program, really good. So we need to get him going. He's a big piece of our pitching plans. And so hopefully he can have a good start. And then Jackson Bristow will start on Wednesday against Southern Miss. So 2 pretty good starters this week.
Chris, you've obviously got a lot of work between now and then, but have you peeked ahead at Tulane? That was such a tight series at your place. The emotions were high a year ago, and now you got to go to New Orleans. I know you mentioned last week that you expect a bunch of Mississippi State fans to be at those games down in New Orleans this weekend. What's your expectation going into kind of the atmosphere that you'll have next weekend?
It's going to be a big weekend. I think everywhere we go, it's going to be big. Play here tomorrow, but then you go to Pearl, and it's going to be a big crowd and a really good team. And then we're going to go to New Orleans and Tulane. Not only are they a really good team, they're hot right now, and then we're going to go to Biloxi and play in front of huge crowds. And we got Texas Tech. So it's the guy who did the schedule needs to, give it to somebody else, because right now I'm like, dang, I'm putting a lot on our guys. But the reality is it's we need to find out a lot about ourselves. We just don't. I'm not using it as coach speak, but I'm trying to figure out our ball club right now. I know a lot of the pieces, and we have some really good pieces, but trying to figure out what our daily mix is something we're just constantly trying to do. And we play, 7 games in 9 days against really good competition that, I'm hoping when we're sitting here next week talking, I know a lot more about our ball club and our toughness. And we're trying to build our own new identity. We lost a lot from last year's team, and trying to build this team into a new team is a work in progress right now.
Is that unique this year, or does that happen every year, but maybe the focus is just so much brighter because of what you accomplished last year?
It's a different dynamic, I'll tell you that. It's not an excuse, but it's just, I have guys right now that are, they won a national championship last year and were a big part of it, and they're struggling, and so – trying to get new guys in there, and you know what you did with those guys, and you know what those guys can do, but this game can be ruthless, and so, there's just some different pieces and factors of that. Like I said, I like our ball club where we got to figure some things out. And so Is that a dynamic that's out there? Yeah, it's a dynamic that's out there. We've tried to put it behind us, put the trophy up. We don't talk about it in our – it's talked about more about people outside the program than inside the program right now.
Coach, great stuff as always. Thanks so much for spending a few minutes with us, and we'll talk to you next Monday.